Okay, blade fans, welcome back to this Old Sword Blade Reviews. And we're revisiting a standard, so to speak, in the EDC tactical, if you will, market today. Once again, we're visiting the Main St by Kansept knives, and it's a design by Dirk Pinkerton. If you happen to, and this is kind of timing the video, but if you happen to on Thursday, the 8th of February 2024, be available to watch Bob DeMarco's Knife Junkies Thursday Night Knives, the designer, Dirk Pinkerton, is going to be on that show. So check him out. Dirk makes fantastic customs and dozens of designs for various manufacturers of knives. This being Kansept, and this is out there because this was my first Main St model, and it's kind of unique because you see it says Little Main St, and there was a Little Main St model, may still be. This, however, is not the Little Main St, so they mismarked a lot of these. Maybe that makes it worth a little something extra. I don't know. Time will tell. 154 cm. And this one is in carbon fiber. I'm not sure whether it's one of those. It looks like a layered carbon fiber, I'm pretty sure, and not carbon fiber through and through, which kind of a turnoff for me. A lot of the Spydercos tend to use it and so forth. But this was my first Kansept, not Kaiser, Kansept Main St. So putting that aside and moving on, the good folks at Kansept contacted me and wanted to know if I wanted to review this baby here, which I think I put a review out on about a month ago. This is also 154 cm. This just happens to come in the, there's a name for it. Let's see, when Off-Grid does it, they call it Red Dawn. Well, that was the addition of a few of their knives. But this is a composite G10 of red and black, we'll call it. And I had done a review on this. No difference from the one I just showed you. But now we're going to bring out the latest and greatest that Kansept sent me for review. I keep getting Main Sts from them. I don't know. Well, this one is they call it a light brown acrylic. So the scales are acrylic. The liners are exposed. And it has a unique feature, which I'm going to attempt to show you on camera. Let's see if I can do that. If you look, this might be difficult to do. Let's see, if you can look right here, it's difficult to see it through the brown scales, and that's just going to shine back at me. Yeah, there they are. You should be able to see three, we'll call it three. You can correct me if you know different. I have not disassembled the knife, obviously. I just got it in. They have made the Omega spring adjustable. There's 2 spares they give you in the package, by the way, with the knife. Comes in a very nice box, which looks like this. Slide open drawer, very solid. You could actually use it to store some coinage or whatnot, some of your other collectibles if you don't use it for the knife. But the spring is adjustable, so you can adjust the detent on this, and it comes set in kind of the middle position. So they figure, well, kind of give you a middly amount of tension. But you can increase or decrease the detent very nicely by taking the scale off and moving that spring. One thing else I noticed is that the thumb studs On the original and the second version I got do not have a Torx in the middle. Not the thumb screw. What am I talking about? Oh, man. We're going to have to back up a little bit. Not the thumb studs, folks. Sorry, it's early. But the, no, I am mistaken. Erase that thought from your minds. I thought I saw a Torx on the bar lock there. So they're calling it a bar lock because they don't want to call it an axis lock, which still sort of belongs to Benchmade, even though the patent has gone out. And that simply means that other people can make this style of bar lock with the spring. But it's kind of cool that you can see the spring inside. The blade looks exactly like the other Main Street blades. And therefore, let's put the tape on it real quick. Not going to be any changes here. 8 inches exactly overall. And I'm going to call it a 3.4 inch blade with a 3.25 inch cutting edge. And if we get to the other dimensions, what am I set at? Millimeters? Okay. 3 millimeters exactly on the blade stock. 0.11 inches. And 0.47 across the handle, so pretty thin. And I think it should stack up pretty well against the others in terms of weight. We can do comparative weight on these. So the newest one in the brown acrylic is 3.55 ounces. The G10, 4.16. I guess the acrylic's pretty light. Either that or we don't have weight relieving, but we do have, oh, I see what they did. Check this out. Move the scale aside a little. There's your weight relieving. Let me get my flashlight out again. All right. There are your holes for weight reduction in this G10 knife. In the acrylic model, and probably in the other models as well, look, we got some big old squares removed. And I would say that's taking out the extra material, not to mention that the acrylic is probably not as dense as the G10. But since I was in the kind of in the weighing thing, let's also put this carbon fiber laminate one on there. There we go. 3.6, slightly more. But it seems like this one is the heavyweight, and it definitely could be. The stock is no different. I'm not seeing that the liners are any thicker. No, I mean, visually, everything is the same on the knife. So interesting. So we've got a 3.55 ounce knife, which comes right in slightly more than an ounce per inch. So a very pocket-friendly knife. You can see how nice that acrylic comes off. It looks pretty black, pretty dark in the, oh, here's something cool we can do. Since the material is translucent, why not just shine a light through, right? Duh. Look at that. There you go. You see the clip on the other side? So, yeah, they carved it out pretty good. So that is a change from those of you who have the original models. This is definitely a lightweight. And I would suspect, again, that regardless of the handle materials, you're going to have a lighter knife because they have changed the frame. It's a comfortable knife. Thanks, by the way, for everybody wishing me well with the hand. There's the result thus far, about almost 6 weeks out from surgery. I'm obviously able to move the hand and the thumb, and we're still doing some therapy because there's a good amount of stiffness still there. They kind of rebuilt the whole thing, took some bones out, and I won't bore you with the details. But this is got the jimping that Dirk is known for, which is sort of along the edges, gives you a very interesting pattern. It's still useful functional jimping, but the jimping isn't cut into directly into the spine. It's cut into the edges. And you will also see this, again, it's a trademark, and he has a name for it, which I forget at the moment. You also see it there near the pommel on that section of the frame, and you see it underneath where you grip. So it produces a very grippy knife. Wharnecliffe design, obviously, and thumb stud opening, but can be manipulated using the bar lock by just pulling back on it. Again, you determine on this newest model the tension that goes into that. Now, it's very interesting that they did say they were doing the adjustable spring, but they didn't mention anything about a lighter weight knife, which we just found out. What have we got? For compare today, the Ontario Rat 1, of course. And I think you'll see that it is a longer knife by about an inch, maybe a little better. And it's got a blade about 3/4 of an inch, half inch, something like that. It's a liner lock, obviously, on washers, not super smooth, at least not this model. So lots of flavors of this. I'm going to send you a link to both White Mountain, which I believe might be carrying this one, as well as Kansept, their website, as well as perhaps Amazon if we can find that link. I generally put all that together when I post the video. And this should be coming out again on February 8th. Checking my watch. So don't forget to check out Mr. Dirk Pinkerton on Thursday Night Knives, Knife Junkie. That's my pitch for Bob and his fantastic work that he puts out almost daily. All sorts of knife reviews, maker reviews, designer reviews, interviews. Every Sunday he does a review or interview with a knife maker or designer, or even a collector like me. So check that out. If you get this video in time, this will only be, that gets recorded, so you'll be able to watch it after the fact as well. But the date is February 9th, 2024. You all have a great day, and don't forget to stay sharp. Take care.